And a mother is grieving as her son is on the run, accused of killing her husband. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us here for Fox 5 News at 5. I'm Tom Haynes.
I'm Courtney Bryant. Newton County deputies say 41-year-old David Gay was shot and killed by his stepson in the family home last evening. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor just talked with the wife of the victim, who is also the mother of the suspect. A lot to take in for this woman. Angelique.
Good afternoon to you both. This Newton County mother is an emotional wreck. She clearly says she loves her husband, who was killed just last night, but tonight her plea is to her son, who is accused of murder and on the run. She says she wants him to turn himself in. Now, we just talked with her minutes ago. Take a listen.
Please turn yourself in. This is the ultimate breaking for me, and I said I couldn't lose another child.
She said another child, a second one, 2 times. That means that she already lost one. And we ain't even got to worry about this one because this one is going into the system. But she said she can't lose another child back to back. Christ.
And I lost my husband.
Fitting every
And now I
stereotype.
really can't lose another child. David loved you. He loved me. He loved Kennedy, and he loved his family. He loved, like, you guys were his own. So if you see this, or if anybody sees this who has any information or who can contact Jaden, please let him know that I love him.
You love him right after he killed Joe's husband, who was a step crash dummy. And this is why I say never play another man's save game, because it only takes one situation with dealing with these YNs and you trying to instill discipline in them that their father couldn't instill in them. And he gon' as a 16-year-old, fit every single negative stereotype of black fatigue that you can find right here, all rolled into one. And you love him right after he blew the head off of the step crash dummy that tried to save him.
Now, Newton County deputies confirm both Gay and Daniel lived in the same house together on Avery Drive in Covington. Deputies say Daniel opened fire on his stepfather last night, then fled the scene in his stepfather's Cadillac Escalade. Now, they found that Escalade at a nearby park, Denny Dobbs Park, but Daniel was nowhere to be found. Now, his mom...
Of course he was nowhere to be found, because he was on a run at his girlfriend's house as harboring a fugitive. That's it. That's exactly what's going on. Man, listen, bro. I'm so tired of seeing these people, and this is why I say the community is trash, that people need to divest themselves from it, and they said that I'm crazy. Got the chain on, probably a part of a gang, out here with the dread head on, mama still love you, free little homie, the whole 9 yards. This is so dumb.
Mom says after losing one son last year to murder and gun violence, and that was Kendarius Spear, and a husband just last night to gun violence, David Gay, she says she does not want to lose another family member. Now, Mrs. Gay says
Kendarius was already one that she lost, and she don't want to lose another one. Listen, family, at some point, we're going to have to stop standing up for those that are worse for us and start standing against and holding them accountable with the same energy that y'all hold every other person that y'all try to make a racist event. But obviously, again, with this stereotype rolled all in one, from the names to the location over in Atlanta, all the way over into the hairstyle to the step crash dummy. And then let me just address this whole stepfather thing. Women, I want y'all to go out there and march and protest and tell us right after this about how important it is and how glorious it is to be the step crash dummy of a bunch of kids, because y'all came as a package deal. Came in, Kendarius already lost his life to gun violence. Whoever this guy is, this 16-year-old person that's on the run, that stole his step crash dummies Escalade after they got into a confrontation, and he was trying to probably preach some sense into him. And the minute that he said, "No, you gonna get yourself together," He probably blew his head off, and now he on a run, and he's hanging out at his girlfriend's house, and he's all with his friends until eventually he can sell enough drugs to the community, because that's the only way he can keep himself afloat, because it ain't like he can have a job. Mama's on the news, same thing that we've been seeing for the last 3 decades. Turn yourself in, son, because I love you, and I can't lose another kid. And she's surrounded by family, and you ain't going to see a dot of Black Lives Matters that show themselves nowhere. Ain't nobody going to come to the conclusion or hold it down in the community. People just dying all across the board, and ain't nobody going to care nothing about this. I bet y'all don't even know what the step crash dummy's name. I don't even know if they said his name. Because in a week, nobody's going to even remember. We probably don't even know anything about this. This ain't going to get the same type of coverage in the community. They not going to have the same type of conversation on the news. They not going to cover it on the national news. It's not going to be a big story. Nobody's going to make a big deal about it. No Al Sharpton is going to show up for you. Obama and Michelle Obama is not going to bring this on a platform and talk about it on a podcast. Nobody is going to care. You know why? Because this happens every single day in some hood or in multiple hoods all across the United States of America. Yet we want to sit here and make everything about race, when if you want to really find out who the people are that is doing the worst in your community, all you got to do is look right here. Look right here. It's the ones that have the most kids. It's the ones that get all of the men to marry them and their stepchildren. It's the men that simp out and try to save the community by marrying into a family, and he don't probably even have no kids of his own. We don't know who the fathers are. We don't know who nobody is. All we know is pistols, dreadlocks, shootings, and then they're going to sit there and probably say something to me about how I'm a sellout because I am a person that makes sure that I raise my kid and keep her with me and is really participatory in her life and make sure that I take care of my business and I'm an upstanding citizen and I refuse to advocate to do or have guys do something that I wouldn't do myself. Listen, at this point, I'm going to say the same thing that I said on Jason Whitlock's platform. You got to protect yourself, family. Time to buckle up, protect yourself, make sure you don't put yourself at a negative space or in a disposition that would ultimately lead to the ending of your life. You only get one shot, one chance, like Eminem said, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted, and you better lose yourself and in God, because otherwise you're going to find yourself in the same situation as this step crash dummy, because he was worshiping and trying to open himself up to something, and he didn't know that his life was the end of his life was waiting on him on the other side of that fence. The minute that he met this woman, and this guy was probably growing up like, you ain't my daddy, dog. I don't even know you. He ain't had no respect for him. We don't got no respect for ourselves. It's just over. It's over. And ain't nothing we could do to save ourselves at this point. It's all the way over. It's completely over. And so I'm curious as to what y'all think. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, Teach Henley. 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm curious as to what y'all got to say. I wonder how many ladies are going to have something to say about this one. I'm going to give priority. I'm going to pin to the top of the chat the women. The women in this one. Let me know what you guys think about this woman. And I was talking about this again on the Millionaire Morning Show. Make sure y'all catch it live. Let me know what y'all think about this 16-year-old who took out his step crash dummy. I can already hear it now. Well, that's not all step families. I'm genuinely curious as to what y'all got to say. I want to know. Maybe I'll even introduce this on After Hours. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at y'all later.